for summer. Sleep now, never. More point and cover. Got a stinking brother. Niggas want my head. Like a safety bag. Buck shots they red. White skins they red. Rock food they fed. Smoking on the land. Back to the spot. Trash dogs they hot. Big up from black to twist. I say like nobody.
It's just different.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Life is funny things we do to get money. Hardships, hard times. And these days, these situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing from her home? Her own daddy keep touching her. Daddy, leave me alone. I ain't got the answers. Trying to get justice for George Floyd. And if Bill Gates got the cure, make sure he got one for cancer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the one in the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Felicia? I guess black reparations went to new prisons and new police substations. For black justice, they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause the nigga that did it, he still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new balance. Rest in peace to all the young fallen soldiers. Didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Seeing the road ahead like a full focus. You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've seen.
It's like that.
Live your life, not mine.
It's like that.
If you know what I mean.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've seen.
Yeah.
Live your life, not mine.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
Yo. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your host with the most, man. Focus Feel of Focus Radio. And we does this thing, man, each and every Thursday. Right here, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Sorry, running a little bit behind. You know how that traffic be, man, that DMV traffic. Y'all know what it is, man. Focus Field on Facebook, and that's PHOCUZ. Simple as ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. On the IG is Field Focus, and for formerly known as Twitter, it's X now, just Focus Radio. Just that simple. Call in number 301-761-1040 is the call-in number. Feel free to chime in on the book. Feel free to chime in on www.beltwaveradioandbeyond.com to see us live right here in the stoop, baby. So you already know what it is, man. So much to talk about in so little time, but we're going to keep it focused, you know what I mean? We're going to keep it moving. You already know what it is. And wanted to start the show off, man, with honoring those rescuers that helped, rescue, unfortunately, those people that lost their life. The Baltimore Key Bridge, actually, the Francis Scott Key Bridge is the name of it. But everything is still under investigation. Biden has said that, of course, it's going to take our tax money to rebuild. They can't do anything until they get all the rubberish and the debris up right now. And I thought the water was way deep into that, but the water's not even really that deep. They was just saying that there's just so much debris and, particles and rubberish and trash and everything that's in the water. They got to clear all that out before they start building a new bridge. But once again, man, like I said on last week's show, rest in paradise to those, man, who who lost their life, man. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? That's why I always say this, man. The dash is very important. It's very important. When the people that just started listening to me or or haven't heard my show, I always talk about that dash, and that dash is that beginning date and that end date. So make sure between those dates, you do something with that dash and do it good, because you never know. And these people were all Hispanic, and these people were hard workers, and these people had traveled, came and made a life in America just to, support their wives and their families and their children and send money back home and things like that. So salute to those folks, man. And I call them warriors, man. I call them warriors. I really think, honestly, that the ship really lost power. It's so many theories, man. You know how they got these theories out here that somebody do something to the ship for it to hit the bridge, and it's all these theories, man. But I truly believe what happened, what they said happened, and things under investigation, man. And we're gonna keep it moving. Like I said, we're gonna keep it moving. I want to go to this story I sent you, B, man, from this 35-year-old lady from Alabama who is definitely either a mule or the drug dealer. And it was a crazy story how the Alabama police actually was watching her, had her under surveillance. And she had, one of her kids had a Nike book bag on. And the police, I guess they knew maybe the drugs was in there. They actually found 3 bricks of cocaine. And these babies, so the topic for the day is babies and bricks. So these babies had bricks in their book bag. And the lady, of course, was arrested. And they said worth $450,000 worth of drugs in total. But the main thing that she had was the cocaine, marijuana, and had a firearm. And this is her right here. And I think, if I'm saying it correctly, her name is Tierra. And like I say, Mobile, Alabama, where they get down at. And those are the bricks, and that's the bag. And, wow, of course these kids didn't know, I'm sure, what was going on. Maybe they did. These days you never know. But poor Tierra, man, and trying to smuggle in that way. And I just thought that was interesting because, we don't, I report not only the DMV, but stories all over. And unfortunately, they were already watching her, had her under surveillance. But when they found the bricks was on the babies. So babies and bricks, man, this Thursday is sad. It's sad, that you're going to do that to the babies, man. But you know how it is, man. You know what we do right here. Let me see who I got on the book. Arthur Lynette, Jewel, what's happening? Novell, what's happening, fam? You already know what it is. Hutchison, Shatima, always in the building. I appreciate you. Hopefully, man, my guests will stop through. I think they was caught up in a little bit of traffic, but topic of the day also is know your worth. And I brought comedian Gigi Wong in the building. And I thought it was interesting what she was talking about on her IG post. And she was talking basically like locals getting paid for their talents and what we do. And while she was saying she feel as though that if she gonna make you laugh, you gotta pay her to make you laugh. But it was interesting, man. They got all into the business part of it, doing the comedy and going on behind people and hosting and all. I thought it was real interesting. I said, man, I gotta bring you in so we can tap into my audience. And she brought some great ideas, some great points, man. So hopefully she'll be in the booth soon. You already know what it is. On to some sad news, man. Sad news. A local, Vontae Davis, who was the brother of Vernon Davis. And actually, Vernon Davis played for us for a little short set of time. But this is his brother right here, 35-year-old Vontae Davis, man, who was found dead in his Florida home. Vontae Davis, man, actually, for a long time, I know they both came out of Dunbar. I forgot what college Vernon came from, but he came from Illinois. And for a very, very...
Vernon came from Maryland.
Oh, Vernon came from Maryland. Okay, Vernon came from Maryland. He's a sports guy, by the way, no filter, y'all. For a long time, though, I didn't even know that his little brother had played in the league. Like, it was pretty good, too. I didn't even know. So he played for a few teams. I know the Colts being one of them. Miami, of course. I think Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken. But found in his home, only 35 years old, was in the league for 10 years. And what was interesting about his story, he actually stopped in the middle of a game and retired. He just said that he didn't have the passion no more. He just felt as though he should have been doing something. He should be doing something else at that point in his life other than football. So it was interesting. You never see nobody just stop in the middle. I'm done. Fuck this shit. I'm done. So that was an interesting story about him.
Yeah, we did.
Who?
It was Brown.
Oh, it's crazy. Oh my God, man. Brown did that. He did do that. He was mad at the world. He was wow. What's up with him now, man?
I don't know, and I don't care.
But yeah, man, rest in paradise to Vontae Davis. His brother Vernon Davis actually said no foul play that they suspect. He said it's going to take at least a month and a half for them to determine the death. They got to wait for the autopsy and everything to come back. But he said what he thinks is maybe he slipped getting out of his sauna, slipped possibility hit his head or something like that. But rest in paradise, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, B, like how you have so many professional ball players, man, that die like early. Like, it's crazy. Wrestlers. Like, you know, I think 2 wrestlers just died recently. Females. One of them was a female, right? I think one of them.
I would not know because I didn't usually. I would be on top of some wrestler deaths. So
Wrestler. We had a couple porn stars. Well, they're professional. They're professional, right?
They're professional.
The actress just passed away. She was only 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I don't know, man. I guess we all have to go. That's why I say it depends on the dash. He left us with an interesting fact, something that he did, the way he retired. 10 years, 10 nice long years in the league, man. So prayers to stay strong, man, to that family, the Davis family. And like I say, man, right from here, man, I remember definitely Vernon Davis, man, coming from Dunbar, all that. And like I say, for a long time, didn't know he had a little bro that was in the league. So it's interesting, man. But wow, let me see. Miss Mixon, what's going on, Miss Mixon? Y'all already know what it is, man. You know I'm here. Right here. We focus. Let's see. All the way from Charlotte, North Carolina, y'all, they checking in. 301, y'all feel free to call in. 761-1040 is the call-in number. And we focus, man, right here on Phocuz Radio. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do something a little different, man. I'm going to do this missing segment like right now. Because last week, I had ran out of time. And I had like a couple other people that I couldn't get to. But I want to kick it off, man, with missing people. We do this, ladies and gentlemen, on Phocuz Radio each and every Thursday. This is done on Phocuz Radio. And what we do is we show the flyers of missing people. I try my best to contact the families of these missing people to bring them into the studio to shed some light on their missing persons case. As you all know, it was a Relisha Rudd story that really turned my whole radio show around. And definitely, I wanted to keep her name alive because it was a story that had shook up the city. But I think that I just feel as though she was I'm gonna say overlooked in a way because I think more should have been done. I think more should have been done. I think a couple of people I feel as though should have been arrested for her case. And also I think, the ball was just dropped. I had Regina Pixley in the building and she was the security guard and she just had, how she tried to help Relisha as much as she could because she seen the conditions that, she was living in, a house she was coming to school. And she gave us a couple of stories and a couple of examples of, seeing her on a daily basis at the school that she worked at. And she was doing, like I say, security, how she would be left at school. Like the ball is just dropped. The ball is just dropped in these cases, especially concerning kids a lot, especially school, like I say, them leaving home, the clothing description is unknown. That's really not a good thing. If the parents can't remember, you can't remember what your kids had on. You letting your kid go with a 51-year-old janitor that works at this location freely. And this young lady was missing for 30 days. A lot of things have changed since then as far as the law, as far as with school. I think it's either 2 or 3 days now you getting that, or maybe I think if you just out one day, I know in PG County, you getting that phone call, and it's a recorded call saying that your child didn't attend school. So I just think that we have to do better, man, as a society. There's no book, I guess, on how to be a parent, but I always say, man, keep your babies on your hip. Keep your babies on your hip. Like I say, man, talk to them, find out what's going on in school. Know who their friends are. Check them cell phones. They young, run around with cell phones, laptops, and computers. Check them book bags. You have to do that, man. So that's one of the reasons why there's so many layers to it, but that's one of the reasons why I definitely had to start the missing segment on Phocuz Radio. And me just seeing her video, just, how she just was a leader. I could just see it in that video, how she just led her friends with the cheers, how she was a cheerleader. Like, just, it's just sad. It's still sad to me, man. Like, where is Relisha Rudd? What did he do? So, question that probably would never get answered, but we just got to keep her name alive, man. I always say this, and it sounds really crazy, but it's not crazy, but I always say this. With the mayor approving all this building and construction, I heard some crazy shit she's trying to do today. Some more shit for some more buildings to be built in the city. But anyway, what I'm saying is, my fear is finding Relisha Rudd remains somewhere one day. One day, when they break ground somewhere, maybe in that Kenilworth area, you know what I mean? Like, over in that area somewhere, it's just, that's why I believe that Relisha Rudd may be. I really believe that. That's where they found him. It was a report that he had went to Home Depot and purchased bags and a shovel, like all this shit that a janitor doesn't use inside of a school, clearly. So that's just my fear. Like, that's what I'm afraid of one day, that her remains will be found somewhere in D.C. and off of that 295, Anacostia, or somewhere in that Kenilworth area. I'm telling you, that's just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go to our missing people. Tatum killed himself. Shatima says, and then again, I don't think Khalil Tatum killed himself. Amazing the way it looked. The mother killed him. Wow. I didn't say he killed himself. How can he basically do something that you can't do by yourself to kill yourself? They already looked at the Kenilworth Park. They didn't see relation to the remains. Yeah, they looked, but they didn't look. And I feel as though her mother should have gave her child up to Khalil Tatum because that's a man. Why would you give your child, your daughter, up to a man? That's crazy. Well, yeah. Why would she do something like that, right? Like, there's so many layers to that case. I've interviewed quite a few family members, honestly. There's a lot of layers to that case, man. But we're on to Andre Jones, 1000 block of 15th Street, Southeast. He's been missing since Monday. This is not an April Fool's joke. This person is really missing. April the 1st, 2024. This is what I'm saying. Reported missing at 3 a.m. Only 14 years old. 5 foot 6 inches tall, 120 pounds, with short dyed red hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a black jacket, blue jeans, and gray sneakers. One of my favorite. He got on a Puma hoodie. So when we say something distinctive, if he were to still have these clothes on, it would be that headband, which looks like from a local designer, I'm thinking, and then a Puma, black and white, but an orange Puma. And these are the things, man, that you got to look for, like stuff that's small, you know, stuff that's distinctive, the shoes they were wearing, the type of hairstyle, anything that, you know, easy, you can recognize a person. And I always tell people this, yes, of course, first and foremost, the black and brown community. But people go missing. It's not about a creed, color, race, none of that. None of us are subject to not going missing. It can happen to anybody can go missing. So I also report those of other nationalities also. And this is Liseth, Lisseth. So I'm going with Liseth Nicole Valinelli. Liseth Nicole Valinelli. 1600 block of New York Avenue, Tuesday, April the 2nd, 2024. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the first show of April, today is only April the 4th. So she's been missing for 48 hours. That other gentleman now has been missing for 72 hours, and these cases are considered critical. She's only 12 years old. New York Avenue, a long stretch, a lot of hotels. That was one of the areas Khalil Tatum and Relisha Rudd were in. She's a female, 5 feet, 3 inches tall, 125 pounds, black long hair, green eyes would be distinctive, wearing blue jeans, black shirt, and white shoes. For one, her name. 2, she's Hispanic. And as you can see, green eyes. She looks young, looks really young, and only 12 years old. So she's reported missing at 1:55 p.m. I think with most cases, they don't come home. They're not reported until the next day. Emmanuel Morena, 1500 block of F Street, Northeast DC. He's been missing since Thursday, March the 14th, 2024. So it's been 2 weeks. Only 16 years old. He's 5 feet, 6 inches tall, 150 pounds, light complexion, brown eyes, brown hair. Once again, clothing description unknown. I've reported her before. She's still on the DC Mrs. Persons website. Now, let me tell you guys, some of these people, they are found. So they are accurate with these because it will be her name without the flyer, and then in red letters, it will say found. So when I'm on the website, it is a lot of people that are found. But sometimes we have reoccurring cases, never knowing what may be going on at home. You have weekend runaways. You know, you have, I'm pregnant, ran away, ain't want to tell my parents, I'm messing with an older guy, anything. Could be why a person's not coming home or problems in that home. So I have reported people a couple of times, and I'm like, didn't I report this person before? But they did actually run away again. I'm not saying this is her case, but I'm just hypothetically speaking. Novea or Elena, 4400 block of E Street, Northeast. She's been missing since Monday, March the 25th, 2024. Clothing description, once again, unknown. 5 feet, 3 inches tall, 130 pounds, light complexion, brown eyes, black hair. Looks like she has, guess those are braids, and is that the piece of baby hair? Reported missing at 2 a.m. in the morning. Who's it, Ray? Reported her last week also. Lisa Thompson, missing from the 5200 block of F Street, Southeast D.C. Reported missing on Thursday, March the 21st, 2024. Reported missing at 6:08 p.m. Once again, y'all, Lisa Thompson had her last week. And like I say, these flyers, if she was found, it'll say found, they wouldn't even have it up. So still missing since the 21st. She's a black female, 5 feet, 5 inches tall, 160 pounds with brown hair, brown eyes. Once again, clothing description is unknown. That's something that gets me because it's like, who was the last person to see her? Her parents, they don't remember what she was wearing. So was she missing before this date? And she was just reported on that day. So there's so many layers, and like I say, different levels to the missing. It's not only teenagers, it's not only small kids, it's adults also. Still in the search of 25-year-old China Crawford. A lady was arrested, but once again, like I say, a lot of these people get arrested. Yeah, they'll admit to it, but you won't find the remains. They won't tell the authorities where the body is, where the remains are. So it's still a fight, but like I say, that family does have some type of closure. They actually said it was 30 family members, y'all, 30 family members there in court. So it's all about the support, man. So it'll come out why the person did it. They said robbery, kidnap, supposedly her best friend. I don't know, but rest in paradise to China Crawford, and hopefully she will give up the information on where her remains are located. I told you, I mentioned all the time about Marty McMillan in that case. For 6 months, had the people who did it, and he eventually said the body, Suitland Parkway, remains were found. So it's sad, y'all. Somebody y'all report this stuff, man. I know a lot of people, try to get people on the Phocuz radio. I try to tell them to tune in. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. It's real. It's organic. The call-in number is 301-761-1040. BeltwayRadioandBeyond.com. You want to see us right now here in the booth. We want to take a quick breather, and when we come back, y'all, comedian is in the building. GG Wong, and we're talking about Know Your Worth.
We're El Chop. You got it.
cranking. Obsession, man. Gotta mix it up with a little bit of go-go. You already know. Ain't a show. Ain't a party unless you got some go-go. You already know what it is. But yeah, y'all, Obsession Band, that's right there on YouTube. I think they be at the Shock Bar. They be doing down at the Shock Bar. So you already know what it is, man. A special guest is finally in the building. You already know what it is. We gotta clap it up. And I want to get this right. So for a female comedian, how do I say it? It's not comedian, it's comedy.
No, it's comedian.
But y'all spell it different.
It's comedian. No, it's comedian.
It's comedian.
I spell it comedian.
Oh, you spell okay.
I don't want differential treatment. I don't want to feel like a female thing or whatever.
Okay.
I'm with everybody.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay. So special guest in the building, comedian G.G. Wong, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. I'm trying to get her here for a long time. It's finally happened. April the 4th, 2024. It's been like years. We actually did some radio together, like when I first started. Years ago with L Boogie, man. Shout out to my girl L Boogie. But Gigi, how you doing? What's up? What's happening?
Man, I'm good. Listen, I am on the verge of being one of them independent women they be talking about. You know, I've been fighting for so long.
When you say what you
I've been fighting independence for so long. I always preach dependence, like a man need a woman need a man. I always preach that because now that women making money, they feel like they don't need a man no more. You understand what I'm saying? So I've been against that my whole life because I grew up with my dad. You feel me? And my father was the breadwinner, took care of the house. You know what I'm saying? He been married 3 times. So he's still with his 3rd wife to this day. So I grew up thinking that a man is supposed to be a provider, take care of his wife, protect you, and all that type of stuff. That's how I grew up. Okay. So my first boyfriend when I was 16, funny thing is, the Bama was in a Tubi movie the other day. I was sitting there looking at the TV, and I'm like, is that Dominique right there? I inboxed the director and said, is it? And I sent them the picture of me when I was 17, me and Dominique in the picture before he got locked up. So he was the first dude that I met when I was 16. I was working at McDonald's in the drive-thru. He came through the drive-thru, gave me his number. And you know, when you first work a job, you got to work a week and a hoe, and then you get paid the second week. Yeah. So I got my check the second week. I showed it to him. He was like, man, $200, I can give you $200. Quit that job. So at 16, I'm like, oh, well, shoot, that's right. My father already this, that, third. You know what I'm saying? So my mindset was, no matter what you do, a man going to want to take care of you. So when I do my comedy, I always do my little thing. Well, man, independent ladies that make some noise, they be all excited. Woo! And then I say, you do the little thing or whatever. And then I kind of like put them down for it. Like, nah, you ain't supposed to be like that. You supposed to have a man. You supposed to be married. A man was supposed to be taking care of you.
What happened though? Why isn't that?
So, because I feel like in my own, I'm 52 years old, and that's another thing that women don't do. They don't want to divulge their age. Oh, don't tell a man your age. Why not?
My mother always told me that though. Never ask. She just said,
why
never
not?
ask a woman
But why
her age.
not? But why not? Why are we not proud? When you got, like you showing the missing people, you see people getting killed every day. Why are you not proud to be here on this earth for 52 years?
And when you turn 52?
Why is that a problem? In June. So I'll be 53 this June.
All right, Gigi, okay.
Yeah, I'm a grandmother and all that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So at the end of the day, my thing is this. A lot of things I go against the grain with.
Yeah, you do. That's why I brought you in here.
I go against the grain with a lot of things, and I'm fine with that because I'm comfortable in who I am and in my skin. You feel me?
Absolutely.
I don't need nobody to, I don't go along to get along. I don't lie to kick it. I don't fake it to make it. I don't do none of that. You gonna love me. Like me and my husband just arguing in the elevator coming up the steps, like coming up here. Like we argue all the time because I'm so strong and comfortable in who I am. I'm not hiding anything from anybody. You feel me?
I think that's intimidating though to some.
But at the end of the day, you gotta know who you are though. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, remember, I met him like everybody want to hear the story. Did y'all really meet on Facebook? Yeah, we really met on Facebook. He really was inboxing me on a regular from New York, and I really brought him here for the weekend, and he really didn't go back home. And we've been married for 14 years now. You feel me? So when you know your abilities as a woman, which is another thing. So the whole thing was when I started doing comedy, right? It wasn't a lifelong dream. It wasn't none of that. Dudes just kept getting locked up and killed on me, and And, you know, I'm dealing with drug dealers. You know, they take care of me, get my hair done, my nails done, buy me the earrings, take me up Georgetown shopping and all that. Tennis shoes, I get a spec on them, buy me. I got 4 pair of the same tennis shoes because it got dirt on them. So he buy me another pair. Buy all my clothes, get my hair done every 2 weeks, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sport. Only thing made me do something for myself was I had gotten pregnant with my son. So I had a dude to send me to nail school, pay for me to go to nail school. Back then, they ain't had a little drill. So you had to, when you put that acrylic on there, you had to file that nail down. And I couldn't file that nail down to save my life. So if I would have kept at it, the drills would have came out. I probably would have been a nail tech. But then I ended up going to hair school. Okay. Because I always wanted to make a nigga think I wanted to do something. But I really did. You understand what I'm saying? I had no goals in life. My mother told us to graduate from high school. That was it. Okay, I graduated from high school, now what? What I'm doing now? So when I got to that point of, you know, I can't be dependent on people because they're going to give it to you, but you might have to wait. Like, I mean, an answer to your question of why women are like that now is they didn't want to wait. Like you asked Obama for $50 today on Monday, Thursday. You got to wait till Friday when they get paid, but you really want it today. You don't want to wait. You know what I'm saying? Then you got dudes with coming up a little short in them other areas. I'm talking about, you know, small Peter weeders you got to tolerate. You know what I'm saying? And then you got attitude. You got a lot of things to deal with when you're dealing with a man. So that incentive of, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to give you everything you want and all that. But now they like, so I don't have to go through all that. That's why, you know, it's a lot of women now. And it's funny because it's a scripture in the Bible, 2 Timothy chapter 3, tells you exactly why everything is going on. People always say, why you always quoting scripture? It's scripture, whether you believe in God or not, it's scripture to go with everything that you go through in life. It's
definitely.
It's a scripture to bail you out every time.
I just really started kind of really realizing that, like, the Bible is life.
It's a scripture. Whoever wrote it, I ain't disputing who wrote it. I ain't disputing if
could have been a woman that wrote it.
It don't. Right? To me, whoever it was a wise person.
That's right.
They covered every base and every avenue. So it's a scripture in the Bible that says man is not independent of woman, woman is not independent of man. Then Second Timothy chapter 3, what I was talking about is it says that women allow basically selfish men to wiggle their way into their homes to fulfill their lust. So the women don't want nothing from them but sex. That's all they want from them. I got money, I got a house, I got a car, I don't need nothing but some good Peter Weeder. So you got all these dudes that back in the day, remember back in the day if you was a drug dealer or whatever, they told me I was snitching when I was talking about that, but a lot of people not drug dealers no more. A lot of people not, they dead, locked up, gone, whatever. Right. Or legal hustlers or whatever. So you would have a dude that had 10 females, right? One was his main girl. Everybody else was for whatever he needed them for. But all of them 9 knew about that one at home that he take care of and he do everything for. Now a nigga got 10 women and he ain't taking care of nobody because nobody not asking him for nothing. He can have 10 women easily. He ain't got to pay no light bills. He ain't got to fill up nobody's gas tank. He ain't got to pay your car. No, he ain't got to do nothing.
But I think it's a shortage though.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with that because once you take yourself out of the game, I get sick of hearing that. And that's another thing that I go against. If you get married and you are married to a woman, you can't concern yourself with the other 15. That ain't none of your business. You ain't got to do with that. If you single, by all means, have 15, 20. But when you get married to a woman and you settle down with this woman is your priority. It's about her. Ain't nobody else. So you considering, so what you doing, charity work? Because it's a whole bunch of, it's 15 women, lonely women out here, so I got to make sure I get all 15 because I don't want them to be out here without nobody. I got to, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you feel like because of that, because men especially, always bring up that statistic as an excuse why you're running around here playing with all these women's heart, 15 of them. So guess what? The Bible says, where a man's heart is, there's his treasure also. So if your heart is with your money and you treasure your money, I'm in the same pocket with your wallet. You're going to give me whatever I want financially because you love me and you care about me. That's my love language.
So let me ask you this. Okay, when speaking on that, Does it matter about the money with a man and a woman? Like the
For
man?
me, everybody, you got to know your own love language. You got to know what speaks love to you, and that's another thing.
No,
that
I mean
preach.
because I think that's another problem.
I
Like men are
preach-
intimidated nowadays because
it
you have
ain't
the
got
women that's
nothing to do with that. It's what says love to you. How do you feel love? Do you feel love if somebody come pick you up from your job every day?
I don't know. Do you?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
You have to.
Or drop you off?
You have to know what your love language is. You yourself have to know, I feel love when he does this for me. I feel love when he touch me. I feel love when he hug me. I feel love when he tell me I'm beautiful. I feel love when he give me things. You know what I'm saying? Mine is gifts. So if you ask any woman on this earth right now, what's your love language? They're going to say all five. You can't say all five. Because a nigga ain't going to be all five. Why? Because we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. We're going to fall short
So what you get, like
somewhere.
70%, you think, out of 100? You meet a dude or woman, and I'm talking. When I say that, I mean as far as if y'all building something, y'all going to be together. You're not gonna, like you say, you're not gonna get the 100%.
I like
you ain't
to
gonna get 95%.
I don't.
Well, 70, 80.
I don't like I don't like to speak in general. I like to take things personal. People are like, why you always take everything personal? You got to put the shoe on your foot to know how it fit. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you just got a shoe over there and saying anybody can fit that shoe, anybody can fit that shoe. But when you go to put it on your foot, does it fit your foot? You understand what I'm saying? See, I be too deep for people. I'm a Gemini. I'm too deep. I'm too deep for people. Everybody on the surface. Everybody up here where everybody else at. I'm cutting down deep. I'm trying to get to the root of things. You understand?
Speaking about this money, right? Now, let me ask you. I was down. So, comedy is a passion? Is it a passion for you? Is it number one for you?
Okay, so what
I
happened?
seen you on the live, and I was like,
I'm about to tell you. You asked me the question, I'm about to answer. This is the thing. I went to, so this guy, back in the day, he wanted to take me out. And to this day, when he see me, he be like, Gigi, you owe me your comedy career, man. Because if I would have took you out, you wouldn't even be a comedian right now. You know, he be excited every time he see me. So he asked to take me out. So I said, I'll take this opportunity to go see my cousin, baby father, Godfather. Right?
all right,
So Godfather,
got you.
I always say that, and the people laughing. Oh, you
Nah,
supposed to
I'm
laugh.
saying-
Ah, what? So my cousin, baby father, is Godfather.
Oh, the
Godfather,
the
the
comedian.
comedian Godfather,
Gotcha.
is my cousin Rochelle's baby father.
Okay.
They have 2 kids together,
Okay.
right? His 2 almost oldest kids. I think they probably 2 and 3. I'm not sure. But they told me he was doing comedy. So I tell the dude, I'm like, take me down to Club Elite because I want to see Godfather. So he like, man, Club Elite ain't no date, man. I ain't trying to take you down there. I said, nigga, I want to go see him. So I put my little coat on. We going down to the little show. We come a little late. We get there a little late. So I'm like the ones up close get the most. So they got chairs in the front. You notice you go to comedy shows, people don't want to sit in the front. They want to sit in the front when they go see the big name comedians like Cat Williams and all them. They want to be up on the front row. But when they go to a normal comedy show, they kind of sit back because they don't want the comedians to joan on them, right? So I'm like, nah, that nigga gonna have to work. So I'm gonna sit up the front. He better have some jokes. So when I sit up the front, I had to go to the bathroom like I just did just now. I was like, I go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. So when I got up, the comedian that was on stage, he started joning on me. So when he started talking about me, I started talking about him. So we was going back and forth. So the security came over there and they put me out. They was like, you can't do that. That's considered to be heckling. So
Damn, for real?
it's considered to be heckling. When a comedian is on stage, you're not supposed to joan on them. You're not supposed to say nothing back for real. Unless they ask you a question, they really don't want to know the answer. They just using you as a what they call it crowd work.
Okay.
They call it crowd work.
But you should work the whole crowd to do that, right?
Yeah, sometimes they might work a person or two, but they ain't gonna really be like in the audience the whole time. If they're a real comedian, they already got their jokes. I'm like, nigga, you gonna have to take me on the road with you if your jokes is just on me. So I'm about to go on the road with you. So he was joking on me talking about my coat and all this. You know, I said it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's a rabbit on the label. It ain't fake fur. It's a rabbit. It's a rabbit. It ain't trying to be nothing else. So go outside. We outside, and Godfather came out there. He said, if you think you funny, come on down to Rose's Dream. I'll put you on. Because he had a room on Wednesday nights at the Rose's Dream on 8th Street. So I went down there that Wednesday night. I was like, yeah, because Joe don't nobody. They don't take no talent. They don't take no gift. So I get up there, and of course, ain't nobody laughing at me because I ain't know how to be a comedian for real. So I went every Wednesday, kept going back every Wednesday. Now it's 15 years of me doing comedy. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
My first show that I got paid for was only $20. He paid me $20 to come perform.
Godfather?
No,
Oh.
this guy booked me to do a show
Okay.
for $20. So once I got that $20, I was like, oh, I can make money doing this? Oh, all right. So I auditioned for Bob Sumner. He said, don't get caught up in doing private shows. Don't get caught up. Just do as many shows as you can and get on as many flyers as possible. Because that's like your resume. That's saying, you know, you worked the improv, you worked this, you worked that, you did this, you did that. You're building your resume up.
Now, let me stop it. How do you get paid as a comedian? Is it where you are ranked at, or could you just say I want $500? I mean, just saying.
They don't listen. Once you get TV credit, you done been on Def Jam, Comic View. You know, you done been on certain TV platforms. You done work with certain people that people use that. So if a person book you professionally, if they really book you, they might want to see your EPK, which is your electronic press kit.
Right.
That's your 5 minute set, your headshot, and your bio. Mm-hmm. So in your bio, you gonna have, I work with this person, I work with that person, I opened up for this person, I did this, I did that. So you're building your resume. So a lot of people focus on, well, I'm trying to get to the money, so let me put in my time, because back in the day, you had to put in time before you really blew up. So once you blew up, and you notice they let a couple in, but it's the same comedians everywhere you go. Mike Epps, Cedric Entertainer, Steve Harvey, like it's the same people, but you got other people that have been doing comedy for 20 years. Denny Live right now in Philly. Denny Live do comedy. Funny as all outdoors, but nobody don't really know him like that. You know what I'm saying? So Teray got his footing from Philly. He's kind of like, he been hanging out with someone doing big things and stuff like that. But it's not a household name. So when you become a household name, then you can demand your fee if somebody call you, or your agent calls somebody and say, you know, y'all got some room on your show for me.
But how you do it though?
I do it like this. Okay, so when I first started going to Club Elite and I was hanging out with Eddie Bryant.
Yeah, that's my man.
Eddie Bryant, we started hanging out doing shows together. I was supposed to be his comedy buddy. We had a little rift, so we don't even talk to each other to this day right now.
What?
He beefing with me. I know it's hard to take me. I know it's hard to deal with me. It really is. But I really, really looked up to him,
That's one
because
that's still grinding though. But would he be considered a household name?
no, hell no, don't nobody know who know Eddie Bryant. Who? Call your cousin down south and ask her, do she know Eddie Bryant? Call your uncle in New York.
But see, I'm glad you're here. I'm asking these questions because I just thought that he would be.
He's not a household name.
But he's done a lot of things though. But
He's
that's why I
not
was
a
saying when he was on
household
live,
name.
like sometimes you gotta. I mean,
Is he a household name? Do you know?
been on TV?
Do she know Eddie
Nah,
Bryant?
sure.
Exactly. That's the problem.
But he been on TV, right?
But that's what I'm saying. If everybody don't, if you say Kevin Hart, we all know Kevin Hart. You say Eddie Murphy, we all know Eddie Murphy. You say Mike Epps, we all know Mike Epps. But it's hundreds of thousands of comedians out here that do comedy every day, all day, and get paid for it. So my thing is this: you have all these people waiting to blow up, waiting to get rich and famous, waiting for that big TV break, waiting for this. It was at least, I'm going to say, probably about 5 or 6 comedians that died recently. From Baltimore, a girl named Phoenix passed away. CJ Burney, he passed away. It was a lot of people that passed away. It's a lot of comedians that passed away. And my thing is, you're waiting to blow up, and you're struggling, you're sleeping in your car, you sacrificing a lot of things for something that you think is going to come down the road, but it may not come. You might die before you get to be.
Yeah, when you break it down that way.
You understand what I'm
you're
saying?
right.
So, like I tell people all the time, although my husband pay all the bills, the majority of the bills, I got to help out sometimes. You know, but although he does that, my thing is I still need to eat today.
Yeah.
2024.
So let me ask you, what's the response you get from people? And I'm talking mainly in this area.
Oh, to tell you how I do it was when I started out telling you about Eddie B. Eddie B told me to get the comedy Bible, right? So I get the comedy Bible, and it's the last one in the store. So I'm feeling like, oh, it's meant for me to do this because this is the last book in Barnes and Noble. Like literally the last one.
Comedy Bible.
It's called the Comedy Bible, and I tell people about it all the time. It tells you the format to comedy, how to do comedy, give you some little workout, some exercises to do in the book. I read the book and did the book twice over, but a lot of times I would read the book after I perform. So because I wanted it to come naturally, I didn't want to sit down and say, "Ooh, this is gonna be funny. Let me write this down real quick." Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and okay, I'm gonna say that, and boom, they're gonna laugh, right? I would write stuff after I perform. I would go and do an open mic, and I would sit my phone on a table and record my set, so I can see what was funny. Like I'm thinking they was gonna laugh right here, but they laugh right here. I'm thinking they was gonna laugh at this, but they ain't laugh at that. But they laughed at this. This part was serious to me. I'm like setting the joke up, and they laughing right here already. So that's what my husband always say. It's no cookie cutter way of doing anything. Like you can have a guideline of telling you you're supposed to do a premise, the reason why you're about to say the joke, and then you do an act out, and you act out the joke. So Kevin Hart is the master of acting out. The master. He'll say, yeah, men don't know how to watch kids. That's what they do. What y'all doing in the toilet? What you doing in the toilet? The act out is what make you laugh. You see what I'm saying? That's the formula they tell you to use when you do it. But some people don't. So I'm torn because I have so many different avenues and things that I can do. So you telling me you want me to perform for 15 minutes. But I really want to perform. One time I was at a church. I was up there for almost an hour and 15 minutes. Nobody stopped me. I was just up there. They just laughing the whole, cracking up. I'm like, ain't nobody going to give me the light or nothing to tell me to get off.
But I think that's one of the hardest talents. Comedian. Let me ask you this. Like, what's the feeling of you telling jokes nobody laughing? It's hard to make people laugh.
It's not. Different. It's really not hard.
It's not.
You talk about what's hard, what's weird, or what's scary to you. That's what you talk about.
So comedy is more. It's really perfect.
Why when you go in the shower, as soon as you get in the shower, you start hearing noises. You ain't heard no noises the whole time you was in the house by yourself. But as soon as you get naked and get in the shower, you start hearing noises. You about to curtain like, somebody out there? Who's that? It's scary to you. You know what I'm saying? So you do things. You talk about things that most people. For me, I didn't know which way I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? But then once I got married and I was doing my little single jokes, and he was like, why you talking about that? And they laughed.
But you got to say what's relatable. It don't have to be you.
But it don't have to be me, but he feels some type of way. So
gotcha. Okay.
Even in the Comedy Bible, it says, if this joke is going to cost you your marriage, don't do it.
Wow.
In the Comedy Bible, it says that.
Wow.
If you notice, it's a lot of comedians whose spouse is never there.
Yeah, but you know what I think, though, also, Gigi, it's funny you said that. I think that, like, what you just said, right? Okay, if it's going to affect your spouse or it's going to mess up your marriage, don't say the joke. But most of the time, it's the single shit that people want to hear.
I don't care about that. I'm married. I told you that earlier about them 15 women. Once you get married, it's about your spouse. It ain't about nobody else.
Even within your craft, if you're a comedian, you just telling jokes.
It ain't about my husband pay my rent. No. No. If he tell me, don't do that joke, baby, I ain't feel right. It was, I'm going to say, probably in the 15 years I've been doing, we've been married for 14. So the 14 years we've been married and I've been doing comedy, it's been 2 jokes that when I got off stage, he said, baby, don't, and they cracked up at it. He said, baby, don't say that again. I felt disrespected. And that's why a lot of spouses, when you go to a comedy show, you're going to see, ain't nobody, their wife and husband don't be there.
Damn.
Look around. Their spouse don't never come with them. Because I always be like, where his wife at? Where her husband at? You out here telling these jokes and talking about how you hate your wife and how you hate this and you hate that. I got some little stuff, you know what I'm saying, for the single people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they laugh at. So they tell you, have a joke when you get on the stage. When you first open up, get them in that first moment that you get on stage. You do your little thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can mess around in the middle. And then when they give you the light, you got to have a closing joke. So you have an opener and a closer. And you can play around in the middle.
Mm. How do you feel about got a couple of these rappers now trying to do comedy?
I think it's easy now because it's all about following now. People don't, back in the day, a person had to, like Bob Sumner, had to sit in the audience and you basically had to audition and you had to prove that you was funny. But now they go to your social media page and say, oh, he got 500,000 followers. Let me book him. That's how they doing it now. They don't care if you funny or not. They just know you got a following and you got people that if I put him on the show, he's going to come and do the show. But comedy clubs is a little bit more stricter than people just booking somebody for a regular show. Comedy clubs, because they know they got that, like you got this backdrop right here, and if you're a prominent radio station and you ain't really trying to promote nobody else's business or let them rise up off of your fame, then they can't be on the show unless you book them and you take a picture in front. They take a picture in front of your backdrop. If they take a picture in front of your backdrop, that says they must be on they grind because they was on the Phocuz Field show, so they must be up there. So now we want to book him because he was on Phocuz Field show. Now I want to book him on my show because he got to be the man because he on your show. You understand what I'm saying? Look at Shannon Sharp show. You get on Shannon Sharp show now, everybody want to go on there because everybody in been on there. Everybody want to get on there.
Well, he had some interviews that I think took his shows to the next level with people.
But when certain people got on there, they're like, oh, I want to go on there too.
Yeah.
He was on there, let me go on there.
Yeah.
So then your followers build up. You yourself, your followers going to build up. Their followers going to become your followers.
Does the word local do anything if somebody says you're a local comedian? Does that do anything? Like,
a lot of people like to lie when they introduce you. Like the nigga introduced me the other day. When he went to introduce me, I was going to the bathroom because I was like, he couldn't have been talking about me or all that stuff he said. I ain't did none of that. I ain't know what it. I said, oh, let me go to the bathroom.
so you just go wrong with it and be like, yeah, all right.
What I'm lying for? I got people that see me in Walmart. Look, people see me in Walmart be like, was you ever on when I tell them I do comedy? They said, I think I seen you on Comic View one time. I said, you did? I ain't never been on Comic View. I would like to be on there. But if you notice, it's a lot of Instagram comedians like DC Young Fly.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like
it's a lot of that now. A lot of that shit to me isn't funny though.
Because they got followers. They don't care. They don't care. Niggas, Bama's trying to make money.
Yeah.
What they say, what the Bible say, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Because you love money, you willing to do anything to get it. You understand? I don't love money. I don't love it. But if you give it to me, I love you though. I love my husband because he give it to me. He out there now, man. Baby, why you ain't come in here and sit on the sofa?
So let me ask you, getting back to your craft and your passion.
I hate to call it that because it's really not.
Oh, so you ain't doing no comedy for free.
I was told, exactly. That's why they say it ain't a craft for me. It ain't my passion.
It's a job?
That's what they trying to. Yeah, it's a job for me. It's my third job.
Oh, okay.
It's my third job.
Okay.
I keep trying to tell people.
You said 15 years you've been doing it.
15. Going in November it'll be 16. Yeah. So my thing is, if the DJ getting paid, the bar getting paid, the kitchen making money, the person who sold the tickets at the door getting money, why the comedian ain't getting no money? And they the talent. They the reason why everybody here. Do that make sense? Oh, you're getting exposure. You're getting exposed. I done been to New Jersey, Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Delaware. I done been so many on the road, just driving the shows, getting exposure, just driving everywhere, just going, just by myself before I got married. That first year of me doing comedy.
So let me ask you this, Gigi. And we got a couple more minutes. I want to ask you this. I like that. I'm glad I brought you in here, and I'm glad you put me on some shit. Honestly. So how do our people, not only in comedy, but how do our people go about approaching the situation about a show, or they want me to host or whatever it may be, as far as you feel as though you should get paid? Because like you said, if you're not a household name,
So
they don't know you,
listen,
right?
I can
How
show
you
you
going? How?
Where's my phone?
What do you do?
I can show you my inbox. What I do. I got it from the Comedy Bible. The Comedy Bible said, "Where's my phone? It's something right, right? Okay, I'm just tell you. I can screenshot and send it to you later. Okay, so in the Comedy Bible, that's in the Comedy Bible.
Locals really don't get paid.
Who the information, everything that you need that concerns comedy is in the Comedy Bible. I don't know if they updated it since I got it. The one I got is 2008. Okay, so what Judy Ratner, that's her name, a white lady. Her name is Judy Ratner. She wrote the Comedy Bible. What she said was, you can pretend to be your own manager and your own agent and make calls on your own behalf. You can call people and say, yeah, I got this dynamite comedian, Phocuz, and he charged blah, 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 whatever. And then you send your EPK to her, and then you just send it out to a whole bunch of people. Like Sean Salvis told me that. You ever heard of Sean Salvis? You never heard of Sean Salvis? See what I'm saying?
Nah.
Sean Salvis been doing comedy for like 20 years, and he done been on all the stuff. And he lives off of comedy. He only do comedy. He don't do nothing else. And he live in Maryland. He's a clean comedian. He do all the churches. So he told me, he said, Gigi, all you got to do is send your EPK out to 100 churches, and they going to call you back, and they going to put you on. I haven't done it yet, because I just not that, I don't know. I just don't care that much. But anyway.
But why not?
You tell them what your budget is. It's a lot. Listen. It's a lot.
You've been doing it for a very long time. And a lot of people know you.
Okay, so I got another job because my clients, my head situation was always my bread and butter. So in the beginning, I could tell people I can do a show for free because I still do head and I still make money. So I'm not tripping off the money at this point. When my clients start slacking up and everybody start wearing these wigs, lace fronts and all that the last 2 and 3 months and ain't getting their hair done every week and every 2 weeks, my clientele has diminished greatly. I've had children to grow up on me and go to college. I've had children to grow up on me and get married and move to another state. I've had children to grow up on me and join the military. So my clientele for 30 years has diminished tremendously. So even though I used to tell people, I ain't tripping off the money, I do the show for you. My money started getting a little funny. And I said, no, I need some money. So what Judy Ratner says in the book is, when somebody call you, you ask them, what's your budget? 32 booked me a long time ago. He don't need, if I see him right now, he don't even remember me. I done seen him twice and he looking at me like, do I know you?
No, the go 32,
32, yeah, 32,
okay.
32, like 32 should know who I am.
Well,
he
you know
booked
what?
me for the show. He called me. He say, this is what they do. The promoter or whoever having the show, they call me and they say, Gigi, I got a show for you on such and such a date. I need 15 minutes or whatever. I'm paying you $250. I accept it or I don't.
Now it's funny that you mentioned him because he's supposed to have came here.
Oh yeah.
He gave me a number.
Yeah.
And he was like, they usually feed me and they pay me and sometimes.
Oh, for the radio show?
Yeah, he was like sometimes for interviews. He was like sometimes they pay for the lift and this that. And I said, well, I sleep on it, and not that I wouldn't pay anybody, but I guess it works both ways. Now you're breaking it down, so I guess I understand what you're saying now. But I just felt that way, like, well, damn, I didn't pay.
Yeah, you don't.
This person or that person, but I guess everybody has their own niche.
So with you, for me personally, with you, that's why I inbox you and ask you for the flyer, number one, and for the link, number two. Because this right here will qualify for me as exposure. I'm not I'm not on the stage. I ain't got no mic. I ain't telling no jokes. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not working.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here having a conversation.
Right.
and your followers could become my followers.
Right.
It's a networking thing right here for you and I right here.
Right.
I'm not gonna ask you to pay me because I done been on numerous podcasts and radio shows. It don't make no sense. I was going around. I wanted to be on them because I want to be me, natural and real, and just having an adult conversation.
Right.
I ain't trying to make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling somebody earlier, I was like, well, white people, you know, I walk in the spot, and the white people like, oh, here comes Gigi. She's so funny. Because I had little spots that I used to frequent in Adams Morgan. Mm-hmm. But it's mostly white people. And, you know, when you walk in Adams Morgan, you're already on the stage. Mm-hmm. So they would get excited because I've been there before. So they know me. And they waiting on me to come like, oh, she about to make us laugh. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
It's a difference with them, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
They gonna pay,
this
right?
is what I say. This is what I say. They say when they come in, they ready to laugh. Black people say, make me laugh. It's a difference between white people and black people.
Wow.
White people already halfway there.
Wow.
They already got a smile on their face. They ready to
you're
laugh.
right. They already laughing. They laughing anyway.
Oh my God, we're about to have a great time. Oh my God, Gigi's here. Gigi's here, everybody. She's gonna make us laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Black people do this, and this is literally what black people have done to me, and I've seen them. They didn't know I was a comedian sitting right there. And because I was sitting in the audience, I tell people I don't like to sit in the green room and all that like the comedians. They be back there rehearsing and talking. They ain't paying no attention. I love comedy. I used to sit in the car and listen to Red Fox and Robin Harris on tape in my mother's car drinking a 40 ounce. Mm-hmm. Me and my girlfriend. May she rest in peace. But I love comedy anyway. So when I come to a comedy show, I'm not coming just to work. I'm not going to be sitting there all stone face and don't laugh at nothing. I'm going to be cracking up. I'm going to forget what I'm going to say because I'm listening to you. Mm-hmm. So the thing was, a lot of people would just be, you know, acting crazy, whatever. I mean, like, so I won't ask for no money for that. I won't ask for no money for that. Joan Rivers, before she passed away, she had a comedy club that she would always go to once a week and perform there for free. So my thing is this. I compare it to dating. If a dude call a female and asks to take her out, who's paying?
The dude.
Right.
He should be paying.
Okay.
But we just talking about that independent thing.
If a female, don't let that.
I know what you mean. I'm messing with you. I know what you mean.
Take your
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Okay. And then if I call you, who you think paying? If I call you,
still might pay.
See, traditional. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Tell you traditional. Don't ever let nobody make you feel bad about that. You're a traditional man.
Yeah.
Traditional values still work in today's society. I don't care how much people try to push them to the wayside. That's what works.
Yeah.
When I tell people how long me and my husband been married, they be like, "What? And y'all met on Facebook and y'all still married?"
Yeah.
Not to say that we ain't been through nothing, because we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot. We've been through a lot where people would have been gone 7 years ago, 5 years ago. People would have been gone. They wouldn't even been married no more. Mm-hmm. But because
we gotta do a show about that too. We gotta.
Yeah, I got the values and the principles that I have come from the Word of God. And even if I sin and fall short, I know the Word says that God is just to forgive us of our sins, no matter what. We gotta be forgiving. We gotta be loving. We gotta be focused on what we want.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You focus, Phil. You got to focus on focus on your principles and your values and what you think is right. Don't let the majority rule, because guess what? It's always a minority. Either you're going to rock with the majority or you're going to be with the minority. You got a place in this either way. You know what I'm saying? We want to call you a simp or whatever because you paying all the bills. But guess what? Me and Bolo toes be wrapped around each other at night. We spooning all night. We stuck to each other like glue because it's hot and we sweating. And I got the fan on the nightstand keeping us cool. We like, baby, hit the fan. Because we under the blanket, we cuddled up. We can have a knockdown, drag out argument before we lay down, but we going to come together before we wake up in the morning. Mm. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to let the sun go down on your wrath. That's what the words say. Mm-hmm. If you mad about something, then when you wake up in the morning, you better be done with that by the time you wake up. And he tell me all the time, baby, I love you because you always forgive me. He forgive me too. We both forgive each other for whatever we do. Mm-hmm. Because you realize you human beings. You're not perfect. Mm-hmm. You ain't perfect. Ain't none of us perfect. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing about women too. I done had women sitting in my chair, getting their head done talking big smack about a dude. I'm like, girl, really? The way you look, you need to take whatever you get. I can't say too much of that because my eyelash right here, half of my eyelash gone. Half of my eyelash gone, y'all. And I can't take it off because this joint stuck. You hear me? This joint started hurt when I tried to pull it off because I was going to go get it done. This joint hurt. Look at it. Look, it ain't going nowhere.
Before we get out of here, though, G, one tip as far as marriage, making it work, give us one. And then I keep saying locals, but maybe I should stop saying that. A tip for comedians and getting your paper, getting paid. I mean, just give them one way just to, why should they not be afraid to ask to get paid to do a show? Whoever it may be, a business owner, me doing radio, whatever it may be. And I think the fear with me is, damn, they ain't gonna come on if I ask or if I say they gotta pay. Or I used to look at it like, well, if I book them,
you want people to pay to come on your show?
To advertise and market and promote. I ask for donations though. I can't even get that from these people.
You want them to pay?
Yeah.
Me and my husband that kind of threw me from the other thing that I was going to say.
Not necessarily pay. I'm not saying necessarily pay to come on, but I'm talking about just problems with donations. Or you want to sit here and talk about your product. You want to talk about, but you want to, and then a lot of people have left.
Commercials. That's your commercials.
Yeah, and a lot of people have left here and went on to do a lot of other interviews.
That's your commercial. That's your commercials. When my husband and I was doing a radio podcast, we was doing Chilling with the Wongs. We were paying $100 a month to rent the space once a week. You know, we did the space. And we were supposed to get advertisers to pay. So you make your money off the commercials, not off the guests. Your money comes from the commercials. Right. Your money comes from the commercials. Right. Now, the guests, I don't know about the guests. I don't know if the guests feel like you going to get some photos from them or whatever, but to me, it's a networking tool.
But I think, though, you don't think it shows where guests have to pay to come on?
I don't know, no. I don't know no shows. When you find them, you tell me about them because I've never paid to be on nobody. And I will never pay to be on nobody's show.
But no, I'm saying as far as, well, I guess that's advertisement.
Yeah, like commercials. Commercials. So when you take a break,
networks
so,
like
how often do you take a break?
I'm only on for hours, so I read on.
That's where your money come from. Your commercials, your breaks.
Or that's some advertising for somebody.
But your breaks,
like yeah,
your breaks is where you get your money from, not from the person that come on the show and then you gonna pay nobody to get on the show. I mean, but that's on you. So my tip for your business would be what is your vision? You write the vision and make it plain. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of a sound mind. That's what God gave you, and that's in the Bible. So you shouldn't be afraid of anything or anyone or asking for anything. Because if it's meant to be, it will be. And if it's not of God, he'll make a way of escape. That's in the Bible too. So with the marriage, the tip will be you go before God to get married. You stay before God to stay married. You got to stay prayed up. That's just it. You got to pray about everything. I tell people when they going through a situation with their spouse, grab their hands and just close your eyes and pray. If that person not willing to sit to the table with you, bye. There's no point. And my husband pray all the time, and he always say, I pray every morning in the shower. Every morning in the shower. And I be going in. And he can, when he hear me sometimes, it kind of make him feel real good, like my wife be talking to Jesus. But at the same time, I will cuss him out and call his mother and name in the book.
You got so many people though, Gigi, honestly, out here. Now I pray all the time. I pray every day, right? I'm just thankful. Wake up and I'm just thankful. Period, right? But you got a lot of people that they're believers, somewhat, but just run away from God though. Some people don't think, like you said, like Bolo, like, man, my wife praying, like, yeah, you know, that's what's up. You got brothers that they ain't even gonna take the time. Well, let's pray about it, baby. Let's talk to God about it. You got so many people that run away, you know, run away from God. I think that's part of the problem out here too. You got a lot of non-believers, and when you mixing that, you things are not gonna work. You're not on the same page.
The spirits they tell you to not be unequally yoked with unbelievers, right? But then it turns around, if you get married, your spouse is sanctified by you. So the unbelieving spouse is sanctified by the believing spouse because we become one flesh. So even if he don't believe in God, because I believe in God, we're going to be good. We already got two. When two or more come together, there God is in the midst of you. So you can have whatever you ask. For you two together as a couple, you know what I mean? And when you make that decision to actually get married, like me and my husband, we went and got married by ourselves. Nobody was with us. No witnesses, no nothing. We went down to Alexandria Courthouse and got married. And that was it.
How long? Did y'all said y'all wanted to get married?
He came in November. We got engaged in December. We got married in January.
Wow. 14 years later. Congratulations. Seriously, congratulations.
And trust me, it's not. That's worth a clap.
It's not for real, it is.
But look, I'm trying to tell you, yes, Marcus Doo-doo talking about, he called me talking about some preach, Ms. Wong. He gonna say he didn't know that your spouse is sanctified by you. Yes, you are. Look in the scriptures. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 is where you find everything concerning marriage. 1 Corinthians chapter 7.
1 Corinthians, okay.
Chapter 7.
My married folks out there.
Yeah, and I be telling people, the people who believe in God is the worst people. We need God to make us right. You understand what I'm saying? The people who think they all that in a bag of Doritos don't believe in God, don't go to church, they don't drink, they don't cuss, they don't smoke, they don't have
Them people I'm scared of. I stay away from that.
Exactly, because they feel like they don't need God.
If you don't do anything, I'm worried about you. You're weird.
And they feel like they don't need God. But we the worst people in the church. They looking for, when they go to church, they looking for the people in church must be perfect because they go to church and they praising God. No. We the worst people. We are the worst people. We are the absolute. We need God to direct out every step, because if he don't, I'll be a hook on the corner. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm gonna stay right here with my husband and be sanctified as much as I can.
Y'all heard it first, man. We gotta come back though with that with a show just for that.
Yeah.
You know, just for that. I just need tips. You
gotta be willing, and don't let what other people. Your upbringing is different from anybody else's upbringing. Your examples, when I grew up, like I said, my dad was married 3 times. He's still with his wife. My mom was married 3 times, and she's single. My grandmother and my grandfather was married until they died, till death. They died. My grandmother died first. Then my grandfather died at 96. My other grandmother, her and my grandfather was together, but because he cheated on her, she left him. So she wasn't with him. But they still loved each other, because guess what? When he died, she died right with him. You know they say when you die of a broken heart. Yeah. She was fine. She get a Bobo died, boo boo. She gone too. So it's like you gotta have your examples of people who you saw growing up, and your morals and your values. What was instilled in you? I told my sons, God don't see boyfriend girlfriend. He only see husband and wife. Although my son got 2 kids with 2 different baby mothers and on to the 3rd chick, I can't do nothing. And I took them back to church every Sunday.
Y'all heard it first, man, right here on Phocuz Radio, man. Comedian Gigi Wong is in the building. Know your worth, know your value. Gigi says, get paid. Don't get played.
Period.
Get paid. Y'all already know what it is, man. We back next Thursday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I thank you, B. You already know what it is, man. Beltway Radio. And beyond. We out. Peace.
New police substations for black justice, they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause the nigga that did it, he still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new balance. Rest in peace to all the young fallen soldiers. Didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Seeing the road ahead like a full focus. You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.